Dr. Abdulfatah Ahmed is the 19th governor of Kwara State, the 6th civilian governor of the state since the state's creation in 1967. Even though he became governor in 2011, he's been involved in the administration of the state for the past 10 years, having been a two-time commissioner in the administration of his predecessor, Governor Bukala Saraki. Governor Abdulfatah Ahmed joins me today on View from the Top, and I thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us.
You're most welcome.
Even as I thank you too for joining us, I urge you to please stay tuned. We'll be back after this brief biography of Governor Ahmed. Your Excellency, while you were still Commissioner for Planning and Economic Development, you produced what was termed medium-term sector strategies as a foundation, you said, for future economic development of Kwara State. How well has the plan worked, and what are the physical manifestations of its success?
Yes, the whole idea to evolve a medium-term sector strategy document was informed from what we went through in the last administration. At the inception of the last administration, I recall that we had a team put together to strategically look at how the state could be developed under the then SEEDS implementation program, that is State Economic Empowerment Development Strategy. It was put together and I was involved in the packaging, and I saw that it lent a platform for developing the state from a pragmatic perspective, and most importantly, taking cognizance of resource allocation. So premise on that, we felt it was only going to be expedient to create a document that would support the future development, taking a cue from where the SEEDS document got to. And that informed us producing a medium-term sector strategy document built on the SEEDS document as a platform. And we sought to see how we could evolve a developmental program over a period of 5 years, modulated on a yearly basis. And that's what was coming out with that document, which has since been put into action. Of course, we tried to make it a lot more current when I came in, to the extent that we had to go around, especially during my electioneering campaigns. We had additional input from the people who, of course, we expect to serve them. And that helped us in fashioning out what we see today as our medium-term sector strategy document. And by and large, it's broken down to 3 key areas. The first area addresses the issue of human capital development. We evolved policy around the human capital development that is current and most supportive of what our people require now. And we emphasize largely on education, health, and of course on skill acquisition. We sought to look at the areas of economic drive. Firstly, we try to take advantage of what we started in the last administration, which was agriculture. We saw how we pioneered commercial agriculture and how we try to see how to move our subsistence farmers in the state to commercial levels. In other words, we're trying to see how we could copy the technology that has been successful with the Shonga farmers and take our local farmers to that level from subsistence. And of course, we saw support for other commercial activities, i.e. setting up programs to support entrepreneurs. For us, we felt that entrepreneurs are critical to driving the economy of the state. And we realized that a lacuna existed in their capacity to access credit and drive their various businesses. On that platform, we compartmentalized them into cooperative groups, and we made funds available to them through microfinance banks. It's a double-edged sword. Firstly, we try to see how active we could support the microfinance banks to begin to improve on inclusive banking, which hitherto had not captured that sector of the economy. And secondly, to begin to enable our various entrepreneurs who hitherto had not access to credit to begin to access funds from the debenture. But most importantly, it is a platform to begin to show entrepreneurs on how to access funds, utilize them, and pay back on a cooperative platform basis. So that we saw and we successfully did through creating cooperative groups amongst artisans. And most importantly, we try to get the artisans company in your state. They are transferred or brought in without your input, except in critical areas where you specifically make certain requests on critical needs. So it tells you that it will be difficult for me to be a chief security officer if I don't have a control over this. To the extent that I spent a part of my resource in supporting logistics for the police. But as it were, I feel that we'll be a lot more effective if we allow a level of police to exist at the state level, and there are understanding between the various levels on what the police should do and what the federal police should do. Don't forget, we had it in the past. Some of us grew up in environments where we knew when we had local police and Nigeria police, and they worked hand in hand. And the fear that it could be misused by politicians. Politicians are not going to be there forever. If one governor misuses it, he has a tenure period when he has to go. Somebody else comes in. And if we allow the rule of law to work in Nigeria, we would not be bothered with the problem of whether we need a state police or not. Basically, the challenge we have in this country is allowing the rule of law to take its course.
We must take a break now. Please stay with us.